Morning. Are you Janetta Pugh?
I am the beneficiary of the estate.
You're the what?
I am the beneficiary of the estate.
You're the beneficiary of what estate? Answer my questions, please, ma'am. I'm just trying to understand.
Beneficiary of the estate.
Okay. What's the announcement?
Judge, it's my understanding that Ms. Pugh and her family has retained an attorney on this matter. You may, I don't know if you remember, Judge, this is when I was originally appointed on, and we were on the trial docket. She hired a new attorney at that point. Mr. Norwood was on the case for a while and then withdrew. And once recently when the case came back to me, I visited with her and was told that they did retain another attorney. I was given the name of Christopher Wiley this morning, but I have not heard from him. And my understanding is that at this point still hasn't filed anything with the court.
Okay.
But I've been told that that's who's supposed to be taking over the case.
Okay.
For the record, I recognize Ms. Pugh. She's been here before.
I do as well, for the record.
And I looked into Mr. Christopher Wiley. I can't find that person as a practicing lawyer in the state bar page, and I have not been contacted by anybody on Ms. Pugh's behalf.
All right. So, Ms. Pugh, Mr. Lewis has been appointed to represent you at this point. Obviously, you know as well as anyone that you're in custody and we want to get your case taken care of. If you've hired or your family has hired another lawyer, then they have to contact the court so that we can do something with your case. And do you know if they've hired someone?
Respectfully, Your Honor, I do not agree with your appointed foreign agents, considering that the first duty is to the state and will be considered conflict of interest. You know.
Okay, so if you don't want, the only thing I can do, I'm appointing an attorney to you to help you, right? So if you don't want a court-appointed attorney, then your only option, two things. One is to represent yourself or to hire a lawyer. So if you don't like the way it works, then you do something different. So are you, listen to what I'm saying. Are you either going to represent yourself, or are you going to let Mr. Lewis represent you, or are you going to hire someone?
Objection, Your Honor. Respectfully, is this a court of record?
It is a court of record. So your objection's overruled.
Okay. Respectfully, Your Honor, where is the verified claim that is being placed against my trust?
It's right here. It's called an indictment. And Mr. Lewis has a copy of it, and he can show it to you. So that would be the verified claim against you.
Okay. Your Honor, respectfully, Your Honor, there are writs that was filed to the case that still haven't been received.
I've received your petition for writ of habeas corpus, and it's denied.
Okay. Respectfully, Your Honor, I demand to be released due to lack of evidence of stated claim and not being given the proper opportunity to obtain proper counsel defective defense.
It's overruled.
Okay.
You're running out, aren't you?
No, it's fine.
So here's the thing, Ms. Pugh. I appreciate your position, but listen,
Respectfully, Your Honor,
Ms. Pugh, don't speak over me.
Respectfully, Your Honor, for my incarceration.
Ms. Pugh, just because you say respectfully does not mean that you get to interrupt me. That's disrespectful, right? Hang on. Listen to me. Everything you have there is overruled. And here's one of the reasons why. Is because you have a lawyer. And your lawyer will file the appropriate motion. You're interrupting me again, which is disrespectful. So I'm going to leave Mr. Lewis as your attorney unless you choose to represent yourself or hire someone else. I'm going to give you 2 weeks to determine what you're going to do. You can go back. You can go back with the bailiff.
I do not agree or comply to your appointed
Go back.
agents.
You already said that, and that's overruled. Good morning, sir. You're Patrick Gallagher. And Mr. Gallagher was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to driving while intoxicated, third or more. And I received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the report?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor, yeah.
Are there any additions or corrections?
Nothing was mentioned.
I didn't see any, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Gallagher, you want to know what my big concern is? How long were you off probation for your DWI second when you got your DWI third?
I can't remember.
4 days.
4 days.
That's what it looks like to me. It expired, community supervision expired, looks like October 3rd of 2024 is the way this reads. New case, October 7th of 2024. What, if anything, have you done with regard to any kind of drug treatment? Anything on your own to stop using alcohol or drugs?
I quit drinking. I pray to the good Lord because I'm a single dad with grandkids, so that's over with.
Well, it should have been over with when you were on probation last time.
Yes, ma'am, I agree.
And I appreciate that you're praying, but sometimes that's not enough.
I agree with that too.
Are you still working
Yes, ma'am.
at Exxon?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, there is one issue I need to bring up whenever you're done speaking.
Go ahead.
I'd spoken to the prosecutor about this. He is a full-time shift worker, and one of the issues was he had brought in his work schedule as if the court was willing to, he had dates that he was not working to do the 10 days.
Okay.
And that is something that would be in the courts.
Sure.
Oh. You weren't quick enough. You were quick, though. Okay.
It was the highlighted dates is when he is not working that he was asking the court to. I know he knows it's a big ask, but
Well, I mean, I don't know. It kind of is. It kind of isn't. Typically, I let people who are working do it on weekends. This is just how the weekends
I have no
for his
issue with
weekends.
the erratic nature.
Here's the more, I guess, the part that's going to be potentially something that you're going to have to really figure out with your job schedule, and there's not going to be any excuses, is that you're going to have to enter and successfully complete the JCDI program. It is an intensive outpatient program. You're not the only patient that will have to do it on this type of schedule, but you're going to get started on that immediately without any mess ups, because if so, you're right back in here and you're going to be looking at going to prison. Do you understand?
Thank you.
So what I'm going to do then, Mr. Gallagher, is find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Have you been wearing a drug patch either, or no? Was that a condition of anything? I didn't,
no judge.
the bond, it wasn't a condition? Well, because there was, the blood came back with positive of Delta 8 THC. I'm sorry?
That's correct.
Yeah. Are you doing anything like that still?
No, ma'am. I work for ExxonMobil.
Well, I mean, did you work for them when you,
I did, but I had a vape that I didn't know was there, so that's history.
you're 52 years old and you're using a vape that you don't know what's in it? Do you want me to buy that?
You don't have to, no, ma'am.
I don't. Because if you don't know, then you should have known. So either way, it's ridiculous that, I mean, that's something that a teenager would come in and tell me, I got a vape and I don't know what's in it. All right, I'm going to do this. Going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time follow your agreement. Find you guilty of driving while intoxicated, third or more. Sentence you in accordance with your agreement. Well, actually, I'm not going to follow the agreement with regard to the length of time on probation. The fact that he was just off of probation, I think, warrants longer than a 5-year probation. The length of your probation period is ultimately up to me anyway, so it's not like I'm following the main part of the deal, but you still wouldn't have a right to appeal because that's up to me. So I'm going to find you guilty, sentence you to 10 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections, but I'm going to suspend that and place you on probation for 7 years. You're ordered to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. That's going to include entering and successfully completing the JCDI program and following, obviously, all of the rules and conditions. You'll have an auto ignition interlock device on your vehicle. Do you already have that? You're going to keep that at least for some amount of time. And if he has the interlock, you can make a notation. I don't need interlock and scram and portable, whatever they feel like is best through JCDI. Once that gets going, I'm fine with. I am going to order that you serve the 10 days upfront time. That is going to be on the date starting, I'm going to attach, I'll give you this copy as well, but so like where it says 9 nights, you work that night of the 9th. So you'll start on October 10th. I want you to turn yourself in October 10th at 6 p.m. and then you'll spend the 10th and the 11th and they'll release you on the 12th. Okay? And then, when you work days, what time do you get off?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock p.m.?
Well, depends on when I leave, so it could be 4 to 4:30 to 5.
Okay, so the next time is going to be, since you're working days on the 16th, you're going to go at 6 p.m. on the 16th, and then you'll spend that night, the 17th, and get out on the 19th. If you don't have something written, days or nights, does that mean you're off?
And we're so short-handed, it's a possibility, or I had to work overtime because I gave up 2 days overtime already for the 11th and 17th.
Okay. If it doesn't say days or nights on this calendar, does it mean you're off?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that second one in October, you're going to go, we're going to get this done. Because that's your long days off. So we're going to get that week done. So you're going to go in on the 16th, and you're going to get out on the 23rd. So that gives you 1 overnight, the 16th, 17th, 18th. That gives you 7 days. And then that first one only gives you 2 days. So that's 9.
So you're saying go in on the 16th when I get off work that day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're just missing 1 day.
There's 7 November on the back of it there.
No, we're getting this will be done in December. So you're going to then go in on the 28th at 6 p.m. and you'll get out the next day, and I'll take care of that last day. So, and then Anna will probably need that too. Make sure you get all of those done. Okay. All right. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I have also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk with Mr. Rennick. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom and wait for probation to call you up. She'll call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over your paperwork. Good luck to you, sir. Yeah. What was it?